Okay guys, good morning. What I'm going to work on today is this air filter housing. And let me tell you, this thing is in good shape. So what I did is I took down the base of this thing, and it's made of aluminum, but as you can see, it's got some galvanization there, which is equivalent to the rust on metal. So you might say, why don't you buy another one? Well, like I've mentioned many times before, they're expensive. So I went to a salvage yard and found another one identical to this, because the location of these hoses here, they have to be in the right orientation, otherwise it won't fit. Now they wanted well, first let me tell you the kind of shape it was in. This thing here, you can see it's got a lot of rust, and the one they were trying to sell me was almost in the same shape. Holes everywhere. You know, you've got holes here, got holes here. This whole front was done here. Yeah, same thing. You can see, yeah, everywhere. So the one that were trying to sell me was almost in the same shape, except that it didn't have these patches, but it had a lot of rust and smaller holes, but it had a lot of holes. So the metal was pretty much eaten up. And they wanted $450 for it. I wouldn't give them $4.50, much less $450. So it was in bad shape. Now to buy it new, I have not priced them, but I'm sure they're somewhere probably close to $1,000. You know, so yeah. So I'm just going to repair this one. It'll take a lot of work, but that's a hell of a lot cheaper than buying a new one or finding another one for $450 or so. It won't cost me that much to fix it. So yeah. And the metal that will be fixed, that I'll be used to, the metal that I will use to fix this thing, I have laying around here. So yeah. So right now what I'm going to do is I'm going to remove all these patches everywhere to see what I've got, and then go from there. All right guys, I'll update you later. Okay, so I've taken the first few pieces here. This piece here went all the way to here, and there's nothing wrong with that bottom. They just, I guess they did it as reinforcement or something. Here is a big problem, but they added a problem to a problem, because this is steel and this is aluminum. So yeah, it would last for a few years and stuff, but you know, sooner or later they would start getting oxidation, and it will start going into the filter and whatnot. But as you can see, this is what we have. It's not bad, except for here. So I am going to add a piece coming around here. Now the good thing here is you don't have to weld 100% here. What it'll take a spot here and there. Of course, you know, the less gaps you have, the better off it is for, you know, cleaning the air and stuff. But yeah, so I'm gonna find something that's thin, you know, like this, cut a band, and start welding this thing. Now I'm not gonna take this thing all the way around, because then that thing will fall off. Now when I first started this thing, looking at this, I was worried because I thought that I would have to reconstruct from here all the way back. You know, so this is solid. It's just here. So I'll put a band here. Yeah. And then once I get this thing here, this will hold it. I'll take another piece. Well, I'll probably take this piece off and then do this side, because this is probably the weakest part of the whole deal. And then of course, bless you. And of course you have this back here. We'll see how it is. You can see some rust in here, but you also have oh well, yeah. that's where these braces go, so that's where the problem is. So we'll just clean it all up and reinforce that with some metal on both sides. Yeah, and then go from there. So I mean, it looks bad and stuff, but I don't think that it's as bad as I thought initially. So I will start with, you know, putting a metal band here, and then take off some of this and go around, and then we'll go and take this middle part, and we'll do the back part, and we'll do these pipes last. All right, talk to you later. Okay, so here we are. Got that piece on there. Got this thing all cleaned up. Removed all this stuff all the way to here. So now what I need to do is reskin this here, and then get this, reskin this right here, so this can go back on top of here. And this is the little feet that mount this filter down to the bus. And as you can see, this is really full of holes here. Now the other thing I'm going to have to do is I'm going to have to take this thing here, heat it up a little bit, get this a little straight because it's twisted. And while I have this open, I'm going to go ahead and grind off all these rivet heads here. Yeah. And go ahead and clean up this inside in here. Remove this. Well, yeah, that can wait. That's going to be taken off with this other feet over here. So I'm going to work on whatever I can reach in here. And then reskin this thing here. Yeah, but it's coming. It's not as bad as I thought it was going to be. So yeah, okay. All right, guys. So there it is. I've replaced this, and I've added this piece here. I'm going to finish this little piece here. I've got this thing marked right here. I'm going to cut it and put it in. Put a little piece here, and yeah, I should have time. I'll put this thing back in here. Yeah, and then tomorrow's another day. Yeah, I'll put this thing back in here. I'll finish this little piece here, and this little piece over here on this other side. And yeah, I guess we'll continue tomorrow because it's about almost 4 right now. So I should be able to finish that piece there and then go from there. All right, guys, update you later. Okay, guys, so I've done the bottom, and I still need a little piece here. I reinstalled this here, and I need a little piece here. I'm getting ready to cut another piece there, and I'll cut that. But before I do that, I'm going to remove the rest of the stuff that's here, there's a piece inside. There's this thing here to see what kind of shape that thing is in. Yeah. Then after that, it's just a matter of fixing whatever spots are left, and yeah. And then I'll grind everything and clean it all up and see how it turns out, because it's not as bad as I thought. All right. All right, so here we are. I've cut things here and there. I put this in here. I put that patch over there. So right now, I'm getting ready to cut this so I can do this piece here, and then I'm going to trim this. As you can see, it's a little chunky, so I'm going to trim this just like I did this one here, so I can weld it back on top of the piece that's going to go here. And then we'll see what time it is, and then maybe tomorrow, no, Monday or Sunday, we'll do this and this down here. And then it'll be a matter of a little touch up here and there, a little bit of grinding, grind the whole thing, primer it, and yeah, we'll see what it looks like, and this thing will be done. All right. Okay, so there it is. Finished welding it, grinding it. I went ahead and put seam sealer on it. Today is Saturday. It'll sit the rest of this evening. It's almost 5. And all day tomorrow. And on Monday, unless it's raining or something, I'll smooth it out and primer it. And it's almost there. So it's almost done. So right here, I saved us $450. I had gone to a junkyard, like I mentioned before, and found one that was just almost as bad as this one. Rust everywhere. They wanted $450. Now, how much is it new? I don't know, but I'm guessing it's probably $900,000 for this thing. Anyway, yeah. So I'll go ahead and primer it, paint it black, and then work on putting it back into its spot. All right, guys, we'll update you later. Thanks for watching.
ขอบคุณเจ้า
See you next time.
แล้วปะกันแฮมไมนะเจ้า
See you.